What is up, humans of the cardboard? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, I've got a SUNAVALON deck profile for you. I'm really excited for this one. This is kind of a deck I've been waiting for because we've been waiting on the new spell card, Sunvine Sowing, to actually come out in the TCG. Finally got it today. Pulled a playset of them biddies in my Burst of Destiny 3 booster box opening. So check that out if you want to see how we pulled. We actually did pretty dang good, I think, but you can be the judge of that. So for today, we're going to do a deck profile, and then I'm going to show you the one card combo with whatever card gets you one vanilla. Your Lochi is one card combo, gets you 4 interruptions with multiple follow-ups. We will get into that. So without further ado, let's start off here with our main deck here. Starting off with the monsters, of course, we have triple Sunseed Genius Lochi. He is one card combo. Hilarious that we got to the point where one vanilla on field can get you a full combo. Double copies of Sunseed Twin. I don't love this card. It's very necessary for the combo, and you really want to summon it out of the deck. That's why we're playing 2 of it. And outside of that, its effects sound useful, but they really, sometimes they have too many conditions to even, be usable. But they're fine. It's more like a combo piece than anything else. Lone Fire Blossom, this is another copy of our Lochi. This is also arguably the only card in the deck that kind of makes me want to play Gamma, but I don't know if that's enough to make me want to play Gamma, to be honest, in the main at least. Then we get to the Eureka Package here. 1 Petal, double Mudon, 1 Snowdrop, keeping it very concise here. This is mainly a searchable engine that kind of gets you back into, or that gets as part of the combo, but you can also open them and they're pretty decent. That's why I'm playing double Mudon, because we can set ourselves up for a follow-up Eureka play. And so because of that, I do like having just the 1 Mudon, or the double Mudon, so I could go through the combo. You use all 3 of these in the standard combo, and then follow up, you get this back on your opponent's end phase, and you can search this. This will get you another search for another disruption to, be able to grind with, which is pretty decent. So I like that. I wouldn't mind a bigger Eureka package, but unfortunately, I just don't think there's really space for it at the moment. And then we get to a couple of Arrowmage cards. These are more so extenders / combo pieces than an actual Arrowmage package, I will say. So we have Laurel, 1 Angelica, 1 Rose Girl, and 1 Mardell Generator Boss of Light. Mardell here is probably the only one that's like a legit brick. If you draw any of these, they're all just kind of extenders from the hand. You literally search these out through the combo. Mardell's the only one you want to special straight out of the deck using Aromaseraphie Jasmine. So she's the worst one to draw as a brick, but you can still get her out of the hand via our Eureka package, which we also have very easy access to. So you just need to get access to Snowdrop, and Snowdrop can pull her out of the hand to still get her effect going. And you can still do combo that way. It usually just takes 1 extra card out of the hand, that card being the Mardell you drew. But everything else is just really good combo pieces there. Then we get to our hand trap lineup, because the cool thing about having, a decent amount of 1 card combos in your deck is you have open spaces to play more defensive cards if you want. So I'm on Triple Ash and Double Veiler. Nothing too crazy for those. We're also on Imperm. We'll get to that later when we get to the traps. But yep, just keeping it simple and keeping it moving. Next up are the spells. We have triple Sunvine Sowing. This card's really, really amazing for the deck. It summons, if you don't know what it does, might as well read over it real quick. It special summons any Sunseed monster straight from the deck. And if you do, take 1,000 damage. If you control no SUNAVALON Link monsters, you can only special summon the regular Sunseed Genius Lochi with this effect. But for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extract except plants. And in the grave, if a plant monster would be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your grave. So then it's Banelinks for all plant link monsters. That is insane. This card's crazy. I don't know if I need to really go over any more than that. It's emergency teleport. Yes, it locks you into plants, but it's E-Tele combined with Banelinks, and that makes me reminiscent of Zephyr Providence, and that card's crazy as well. All right, moving on here, we have double Sunvine Shrine. This card's a really good extender, part of the main combo, but having two is not bad at all because they are not once per turn at all. You just have to discard to activate them, and then once per turn, they can reborn Lochi. So it's just two more monster reborns, two more bodies on field, and with the amount of link ones you have, it's so easy to clear it off the field to reborn it again. So there are combos where you can search just double of this and get where you want to go. More one-card combos, triple Unexpected Die. Nothing too crazy here. Just summons out Lochi. It's one-card combo without your normal. Double Painful Decision. Dump Lochi, search a Lochi. One-card combo. Let's go. One for one, as well as Called by the Grave as well. And Monster Reborn for some busted one-ofs that I think you should be playing if you're playing a somewhat combo-ish deck. Called's just really good. Because we're playing a one-card combo, if we don't have a ton of extenders in our hand, we can just lose to one hand trap. That's just the nature of one-card combos. So Called is really good for that. Monster Reborn is really good, especially with like Painful Decision. Dump a Lochi to search a Lochi. And then you can just reborn the Lochi and Grave to help you keep extending. It's really good. One for one, obviously. Summoning from the deck. It's really good. So when you go through and you look at it, you're like triple Lochi himself. Lone Fire gets you to Lochi. So there's 6. Continuing on here. I don't count Sowing because it doesn't get you the standard combo. It's a hard once per turn. You usually want to search it as part of the combo, but it is still pretty good to draw. Not Shrine, but then 3 Unexpected Die. That gives you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So you literally have 12 one-card combos, and Sunvine Sowing is like borderline a one-card combo. I think it's a 1.5 card combo if I'm not mistaken, but for a pretty good end board. So yeah, you have a pretty good chance of drawing a little bit of that. Then we go to the traps. Finishing up here, we have double Eureka Sheet and 1 SUNAVALON Bloom. I'm opting to play the double Eureka Sheet. That's part of the follow-up play I was talking about before, where even after you do your turn 1 situation and go through almost all of your Eureka Package, if you're gonna get Petal back, you can then use Petal to search the second Mudon, summon the second Mudon, and search your second sheet. That way you still have interruption going into final turns and stuff. And it just gives you the ability to grind. Our boards are weak to very specific things because we don't have every form of interruption that I might prefer, even though I do think the boards are actually pretty strong. So yeah, these are essentially like Widow Anchor. They can like target a monster on the field and negate it, say it can't activate its effects for the rest of the turn, but if you choose to tribute a plant also on activation, you can steal that monster and make it a plant till the end of the turn. Pretty good. And then you have Bloom. As long as you control a Link 4 plant monster on activation, it negates the effects of all face-up monsters on the field, or on your opponent's side of the field. And then also it has a battle trick where during damage calculation, if your plant monster battles, plant Link monster battles, it can gain the attack of all the combined monsters that it points to. So this can get a monster really, really big, which is really good. And it's continuous, so it stays up on the field. It's really good. And then we have triple Imperm finishing off the deck list. So 8 hand traps. I wouldn't mind playing slightly more, but you'd have to wiggle around with stuff like the Monster Reborn, maybe the Called by the Grave, and maybe you could cut down on the extra sheet and the extra Mudon if you didn't want to focus more on the grind game. But I did feel like that was kind of important. I ended up in a couple of nasty grind games in testing before I made that switch. So I think that switch did have a little merit to it, but feel free to take your own liberties with those decisions, which moves us to our extra deck, triple Dryas. This card is crazy. This card, if it's made with Lochi, can search any SUNAVALON spell or trap, or Sunvine spell or trap, like the new one, and then you just have full combo from there. Double Healer, just part of the combo, gains you life points, and that's really good with the Aeromage card. Double Sunvine Thrasher. This card's also really good. This is how you OTK. When he's summoned, he can target a SUNAVALON Link and then gain 800 times its Link rating permanently. So if you make this under the Link 4, you just gain 3,200. Now it's 4,000 attack. And sometimes you can just make 2 of them and OTK. Double Jasmine, part of the combo. Triple Melius, only 2 of these are part of the combo, but I like having the 3rd because it helps us make potentially a follow-up Bengal Lancer. Which is really good. 1 SUNAVALON Dry Trentier. This guy's really good. He sets your Sunvine Bloom, or he actually searches, or he adds any SUNAVALON spell or trap. So technically, it can add like Oh, actually, no. So, because I believe this one's the only SUNAVALON Speller Trap. The other ones are like Sunvine. And then one Bengal Answer. I would love to play a second Bengal Answer because I want this deck to have some way to be able to try and grind, but it is what it is. But we can make this as part of our starting board. And if our opponent wants to return this to the extra deck instead of sending it to grave, then that's fine by me. It just gives us another win condition later on in the duel. But this card's crazy. It's a compulse that also can banish links from grave to revive itself. So it comes back. It's a threat. It's a compulse. I love it. And then this is not supposed to be this. This is Teardrop, the Eureka XYZ monster. So just keep that in mind. I don't have it. It's the only card I'm missing in the deck, funny enough. Yeah, I just got to pick it up, but that's on me. But yeah, so that is our extra and our main deck. Let's show off the one card combo real quick. Let's just say all we opened was Lochi in hand there. So keep in mind there's 12 ways to do this combo, but there you go. Normal summon, Lochi. We're going to link off Lochi here. Straight to our Dryas. We're going to use Dryas' effect to search a Sunvine Speller Trap because we used our Lochi. And that is going to get us our Sowing. I haven't done this in like 2 days, so hopefully I remember everything correctly. Then we're going to activate Sowing. So we're going, because we control a SUNAVALON Link monster, we can summon a Sunseed that's not Lochi. So we will opt to summon Twin, and we'll take 1,000 damage. Now here we can do some chain blocking here. I prioritize Dryas mainly, so we will activate Dryas first, then chain link to Twin. Twin's going to reborn Lochi from grave. And then Dryas is going to, because we took damage, gain that same amount of damage. So we're going to gain 1,000 back to our standard 8,000. And then it can summon a Sunvine monster straight from the extra deck. So we're going to summon Healer. Then in a new chain deck, we're going to trigger Healer because she was special summoned to target another SUNAVALON link I control and gain 300 times its link rating. So we're going to gain 300, which will put us at 83 and over our opponent's life points, which is very important. From here, we need to take our 2 link monsters and we need to make ourselves an Aromatherapy Jasmine. Next up, we're going to use Jasmine's effect, tributing the Twin to summon straight out of the deck. We are going to choose to summon Mardell. This is the only reason why Mardell is a bigger brick, because she doesn't, you never search her. You want to just summon her out of the deck. That's it. We're going to use Mardell's effect on summon, which is going to get us a search for any plant monster in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is really cool. So we're going to search for Laurel, or any plant. Did I say plant monster or any monster? It's any plant, not any monster in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to search Laurel. We're going to use Laura's ability to summon because our life points are higher than our opponents. That's very important. Then we're going to link Mardell and Laura into another Aromatherapy Jasmine. You'll see why in 3 seconds. In the new chain link, we're going to use Laurel's effect to gain 500 because it was sent to the graveyard. So we'll gain 500 life points. That is going to trigger both of our Jasmines to search any plant from deck to hand. This is a crazy ability here for sure. I'm always like, damn, really search any plant monster in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh? That's kind of insane. So here I'm going to choose to grab Snowdrop and Petal. I think that's probably your best choice here. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do here. So now I need to make sure I know what to do here. I think we want to go Jasmine plus Lochi into Melius. We're going to use Melius effect to reborn the Lochi. Then we're going to take this Jasmine and Lochi into a second Melius. We're going to use this Melius effect to reborn Lochi, not once per turn. Do not forget that. Then I think we take Lochi into another Dryas. And this is where things get crazy. Dryas is not once per turn. He just has to be used. He only gets to search if you use Lochi to summon him into the extra monster zone. So sometimes it can be hard to like get the extra monster zone clear, not via the combo, but we are going to trigger in him. We're going to search our Sunvine Shrine. All right, now from here, what do I want to do? I think what I do here is I banish my Twin. Twin has a weird effect where she can banish herself and, is it a SUNAVALON? And a SUNAVALON Link monster, no. Discard and any Link monster you control to reborn a plant Link that has at least 2 copies of itself in the graveyard. So we're gonna reborn one of our Jasmines here. Kind of weird, kind of weird. I'm thinking right now that I might have searched the wrong card. I might have to backtrack just a little bit here. Hold on, let me think. I think we actually search Angelica and Petal. It doesn't, I think it's Angelica and anything, but I think it just one of those two searches we did earlier on the double Jasmine search needed to be Angelica, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it's better to have it be that way. Probably. Whatever. All right, so we're going to activate the shrine. On activation of the shrine, we do have to discard. So I'm going to discard the Angelica because I kind of want to summon the Petal with the Snowdrop. So from here, we can use, that's just to activate. Now, just to activate it and then it stays up. We're going to use its main phase effect and we're going to reborn the Lochi. And then we're going to link off the Lochi for our second copy of Sunvine Healer. Healer is going to use her effect, targeting the Melius to actually gain 900 this time, which, hold on, I think we're at 88, so I think that puts us up to 97, which deck wins in time, which is cool. And that's going to trigger Jasmine again, because her effect to search when you gain life points is just a soft once per turn. So that's when we search for Snowdrop. And now I think we're in a good spot here. I think. I think from here, I think we want to tribute our Aromatherapy Jasmine for Snowdrop's effect to summon both of these out. Then I want to use Petal's effect to go ahead and get a search. Not from the extra deck. I'm a fool. Only searches monsters? Yeah. Only searches monsters. So we're going to grab our Moodon. Then we're going to use our Moodon, tributing the Petal to summon itself. And then we're going to use that effect to search for our Eureka Trap. We're going to grab Sheet, so we have our Widow Anchor established. It's our first interruption here. I want to then do some things. Did I misplay? Why do I feel like, oh, hold on. Did I misplay that? Oh, hold on, I did misplay real quick. Hold on. Real quick, before we go through with this and search. Sorry guys, I haven't done this combo in like a couple days, and I'm just not fresh on it. So in this situation, we do need to use Angelica's effect to reborn immediately, because she can only reborn if our life points are higher than our opponents and we control an aroma monster. So we have to do this before we tribute the Jasmine. We will reborn the Angelica, and that will give us leeway to link our Melius and our Angelica. She will be banished once he leaves the field for our Drea Trentier. That'll get us a search for the other trap, the Bloom. That's what I'm missing. I was missing one link material. I was like, why do I not have enough link materials? And I forgot about the Angelica effect to come back. That was my fault there. Okay, now I think we're good to go. We're going to tribute our Jasmine. Really doesn't matter. You could tribute Jasmine or Healer, up to you, to summon this and then summon the Petal. Petal searches. Sorry, just to backtrack, just to make sure it makes more sense. Petal never left our hand. We're doing these. She's searching Moodon. Then Moodon's tributing her to summon herself and search us the Sheet. And now we are back to normal. So now we can take these two, a link 3 and a link 1, into our Bengalancer down here. And we can use Snowdrop's effect targeting herself to make all plants we control the same level as that monster. So they will both become level 8s. And that is where we overlay probably here. The reason I would consider doing it here is because if you remember when I mentioned, Bloom has the battle phase effect where if a plant link battles, I can in damage step, right? During damage calculation, make that monster gain the attack of all monsters it currently points to. So this will gain 25 plus, I think she's 28, so literally gain 53, or he will just gain 28 as well. So it literally gets insane with that. So I think you want to put them in an advantageous lineup. You set these, and I think you pass your turn on that. You've got a Widow Anchor-esque card. You've got a blanket negate all face-up monsters your opponent controls. That is non-targeting. So even if if your opponent summons Dragoon, you could just bait his Dragoon effect out. You could then like Bloom just to negate him. There you also have Bengalancer, who is a bounce, and this, which is a quick effect to tribute an opponent's monster on the field. And then, of course, as far as follow-up goes, we still have Petal engraved. So when our opponent passes turn, whenever that is, Petal's effect will trigger on their end phase to summon itself because we control either no monsters or all plants. So unless our opponent like sphere modes us or lava golems us or kaiju's us to give us something that's not a plant, Petal will come back, and then our next turn we can just search the other Mudon in our deck and continue to grind. That's why I play the second Mudon. That way we can do the combo and still be able to play on the next turn should we need it. I mean, we have nothing that really beats Lightning Storm. I mean, luckily if we do get Lightning Stormed, they wipe these and we still keep these, or they wipe these and we still keep this and this. And this, but like it's not doing anything on our opponent's turn necessarily. So we don't fully lose to really anything. I don't know if there's any card that I say we like Dark Ruler More stops these, but doesn't stop these. We still have this as follow-up. So these are our 2 follow-ups, 1 and 1. But really, really cool. Also, Bengal Lancer's a follow-up. They out it. Or if we choose to tribute it with Sheet after we've already bounced something, he just banishes links from grave to come back on the next turn. So it's kind of like 3 follow-ups with 4 interruptions off of 1 card combo. It's really, really strong. Please do not sleep on this deck if you do play against it. And if you're interested, go ahead and grab it. The deck's pretty cheap. I would say Teardrop might even be the only card that's like, it's not even 20 bucks. I thought it was going to get a reprint. I was hoping it would get a reprint. It didn't. But honestly, outside of this card, there's really nothing too expensive. Bengal Lancer isn't that expensive. The SUNAVALON core is honestly really cheap, unless it gets like crazy hype out of nowhere because like one person tops a high level event with it. I think the deck's pretty cool. The only downside I would say of the deck is that you run through your extra deck so fast. Like looking at what I did here, 5, 10, we went through 11 of our extra deck slots. And a couple of our extra side, this guy is to OTK on the crackback. He is very important for that. I don't know if the 3rd Dryas is necessary, but I do feel like if turn 1 I went normal summon and got like either Veilered or Ashed on something on the Dryas, I might want the other 2 Dryas in deck so that I can do combo on the next turn. And then Melius as well, being able to let us link climb on the crackback as well. The problem being now, like what are we link climbing into? It's kind of why I want to play a second Bengal Lancer, but I'm honestly just unsure. I don't know exactly what I would try and play there, but the extra does feel pretty close. I just hate that we run through it so much. And there is a SUNAVALON monster that like helps you reset your extra, but it like you have to tribute a monster on your field to reset 2 cards in your graveyard back into the deck. And I'm like, is that worth? I gotta give up a body on the field to like just to put stuff back. Maybe it is. I don't know, maybe it's a worthwhile one-of just to like toss something back into the extra deck. But if Bengal Lancer gets banished, then I don't want to throw him back. So I don't know. I'm torn on it. There's definitely some things that could be tweaked, but I do feel like this list is pretty good, pretty close to where I would want to play it at the current moment in time. But that is going to end it off for me here today, guys. I've rambled enough. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff from me in the future. I have more deck profiles coming from Burst of Destiny. Just have to finish picking up whatever we did not pull in our 3 boxes, which is honestly not a lot of stuff. There's really only a few cards that I'm missing that I got to scoop now. But very, very cool. Very excited. More profiles coming. Subscribe if you haven't. I will see you in the next one. And a peace.